If you're on the front row, watch out, cover your nachos.
The name is Bill T.
Roy Elledge,
Nick Schrader,
Cheryl Thompson-Draper,
George Elam, John Cottrell,
Ivan Butterfield.
The Rotary Club of Houston and the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo are a perfect match. With Rotary's motto of service above self and the Rodeo's mission of benefiting youth and education, I think it's a perfect match.
You don't have to go very far in our Rotary Club to find a rodeo member. And you don't have to go very far in rodeo to find a Rotarian. So there's always been an overlap between the two groups.
The foundation with both organizations, the rodeo, of course, awards a lot of scholarships every year, and the big thrust of the money that we have left over at the rodeo goes toward our scholarship fund. Rotary promotes education both in America through the awarding of scholarships, but they also do some ambassadorial scholarships where we take students in college age and send them overseas for a year. And then the Rotary is also involved in a lot of literacy projects worldwide.
Turns out that the Rotary Club of Houston was just chock full of Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo people.
Both organizations are great civic entities. They're both educational, they're both low overhead operations, and whereby most of our efforts goes to the bottom line.
I would say that you have to give to live, and both the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo and the Rotary Club of Houston give you a chance to give. What little you give, you may not think it's much, but what little you give will be multiplied immensely and benefit a lot more people, much more than you ever thought you could.
I love feeling like I'm giving back. That was something my father kind of ingrained in me growing up. He was always giving back to some organization or a college, university, and it's just something I learned from a young age, that you have to give back to the community in which you participate.
The rodeo could not do what it does if it weren't for the volunteers who do that program. I think there's 25,000 volunteers now of the rodeo that actually work every year on that show. And it's a few hours here and a few hours there by thousands of people, but if they didn't do that work, the show couldn't happen. There are big rodeos around the world. There's one in Calgary, there's one in Cheyenne, Wyoming, there's one in Denver, big ones. They don't hold a candle to ours, and they don't raise the kind of money our rodeo raises. And that's because of all those volunteers. I'm very proud to be a little bit of part of that.
You're invited, your friends say, oh, you'll have a lot of fun, but you end up staying for a different reason because it becomes so meaningful to you. Both of those organizations have really become meaningful to me.
Sitting on the couch and watching TV is just a waste of time to me, and I would rather be on the telephone or taking care of something that I can help somebody some way.
It's been very, very rewarding to me. And, you know, put your thumbs under your pits and, you know, accomplish something.
People as a whole want good for their community, for their neighbors, for their friends. And a lot of the time they really don't know how or where to go to do it, or they might be overwhelmed with the idea that they just can't measure up to what some of the other people do, and they don't realize every little piece of effort counts.
I don't care what your talents are, with Rotary and the rodeo, there's a place for you.
Nobody can do everything, but everybody can do something.
Just participate, give back.
Suit up and come on out, and we'll put you to work.